though it's important to write stories that are true to life?
I think
Let's get deep.
Yeah.
I think the most concise way I could say it is the people that are reading our books are going through the stuff that they're reading about. Like there's a lot of hand wringing and pearl clutching about like what is too much for a kid to handle, what's too dark. But I mean that's what a lot of kids are dealing with. Some kids don't have the luxury or privilege to have a life without some of the topics that we write about, whether it's alcoholism or a life affected by crime and violence. So, and I think that books can be, for the kids that aren't going through it, it could be a window into what like their classmates or friends might be dealing with unexpectedly. And for the kids that are going through that stuff, it's just knowing that they're not alone.
Yeah, and for me, it was like I wanted to write contemporary that featured ethnic minority main characters that wasn't like, you know, an issue book. Those are so important, but I also wanted, I feel like we have a lot of issue books where people are kind of more accepting of that than just having like a light, breezy novel that's not about like the struggle of being a minority, but it's just like about kids falling in love and living their lives. And I feel like those stories are super important to have on the shelf too.
I definitely like talking about real life because it's actually happening. I need kids from all generations, from all creed and color to know that what's actually happening to each other's peers. For instance, every time I talk about Monday's Not Coming, and I talk about the fact that these are girls and boys who are missing, and no one seems to pay attention to that. It's always like, especially in classrooms, it's always like I get these like wide-eyed looks, like wait, so they don't get like the same type of attention that we do? No, boo, they do not. They do not get the same type of attention that you do, and it's an eye-opening experience, especially allegedly too. People didn't know that, you know, there were actually kids going through a lot of things that they were going through in the justice system. And because these kids are going through it, they don't think that anyone's actually going to believe them too. So that's another reason why it's very much about eye-opening experiences and knowing what's actually happening to your peers. And then that way, in 2 or 3 years' time, when you're actually able to vote or be, you know, a part of solutions, you can actually vote in policies that help these girls and help these kids get through whatever they are going through. So to me, I feel like it's more about learning and actually, and that's why, I mean, I think that's one of the other reasons why I do like to put in like plot twists and make it my stories very unforgettable, is because I want you to remember everything that happened because it's real and it's actually happening to kids today. And that's one of the most important parts about us as writers, is making sure that kids like register the fact that, no, this actually is happening. This is not like a fantasy.